The show you are about to listen to is intended for mature audience only. There will be things said that may not be appropriate for younger audience and may offend you. We at Whatever Talk would like to apologize in advance, but really, get over it.
What up, though, folks? Welcome to Whatever Talk, the show where we talk about whatever we seem to be talking about at the time. You be hearing it after you push play. Yeah. I'm your host, Donnie, and I do got my man, Kev. How have you been, my brother?
Been good, bro. I know you hear all that noise in the back. That means we living life. We alive.
Exactly. That's exactly what noise mean in the background.
Right.
Life being lived.
We talking about whatever that's on your mind. Speak your mind, don't be shy. This is your time to shine.
Right. Exactly. How you?
Oh, man, I'm good, man. I'm good. Feeling good. I always feel good when recording the show. But before we continue, I got a correction about when I called the Breakfast Club and Charlamagne called me Busy Bone.
Mm-hmm.
It was Silly Bone.
Oh, he said silly bone.
Silly Bone. Yes, yeah, that's right. But still cool with me. I'm in the Bone family, and it's actually probably what I would call myself if I was a Bone member.
So he said that on the first one?
First one he called me, you sound like Silly Bone. Yeah, I just gotta, I had to clear that up, and just in case in the future that prevents me from being president.
Right. They always go back and find dirt on you.
Exactly. Here's some update on candidate Dobson. Back when he was 5 years old, he pushed the kid in the dirt.
Right.
The kid just happened to be of another ethnicity.
So we call that baby racism.
Baby racism.
Baby racism.
And then that's when it comes up later on, about 2 days after that, is in the news. Does your kid suffer from baby racism? Have your kid been suffering from baby racism all this time?
Right. Right.
But speaking of the president, he was giving a speech recently, because that's what government does. They give speeches. If they don't do anything else besides killing people, they'll give a speech. Much like every single speech that the government gives, it's BS, and it means somebody's talking. That's it. It just means somebody's talking right now.
Basically.
So this man said, we need to talk about police being trained better, and holding them at a higher standard for their jobs and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, again, the government just talking.
Right.
This nigga is masquerading around as the most powerful man in America, and he's talking that we need to talk about. Like, nigga, dude, you're the most powerful man in America.
Talking about, bro.
That's all left and white wing do, is argue and debate morals about what needs to be done, but never do.
Mm-hmm. You gotta put it in action, man.
Never do. These niggas still talking about the freaking police need to be trained on how to be better policemen. They're let's move on. To some more stupidity. So, Kev, all right, say you're trying to cut back on, on the weight, on the calories.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Would you, just cut back on a portion of your food?
That's one way to do it, yeah.
Or just work out more.
That's another way to do it. You can do both of them.
Both, either or.
But one works too, especially the cutting calories part.
Oh yeah. Came across this bit of news about just cut your food into smaller pieces and spread it around the plate.
Trick yourself. Try to fool yourself.
Yes, that's the plan.
Mind game.
That's the plan. Trick yourself into thinking that you're eating more than what you're doing to get full faster.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
How do all this type of stuff just attract you? Like, how does it get to you, bro?
First, I listen to talk radio for one, and I actually look for standout news that everybody is not talking about, because again, everybody is talking about it. So why do I need to be talking about it as another person? So that being said, this had me thinking more about accountability and stuff like that. First, before I get on an accountability, how loco you have to be to still think that you can trick yourself into something. Like, your brain knows what you're doing, so you can't trick yourself into not doing what you know that you're doing.
Right.
It's like, what the freaking heck? Like,
who said this again?
I first heard it on Dave and Chuck, the Freak radio show, and then I went and looked it up just to see like what they're talking about, and that's exactly what it was, almost word for word, what the radio said and what this freaking website said. Again, it had me thinking about accountability. That's probably a major reason why accountability doesn't get accounted for you, or accounted by you, the person who did whatever it did. Because again, you're blaming accountability on yourself, but not yourself, because you're trying to trick yourself into not thinking that you won't need to be doing something.
Playing mind games with yourself.
Like we talked about it before, accountability equals I wanted to, but you never just admit that I wanted to do whatever it is that I need to be accountable for. You just come up with BS excuses versus just saying I wanted to. Now, it's like I don't even care about the person too much who came up with the idea of, spreading it all over the plate, like as if it's not already spread it all over the plate with food already. I'm not even.
Use your head. Hey, put some more hairs on it then. So what else the brain?
Before I continue, what is your brain filling in the empty spots that's spread it all over the place? Like your brain ain't seeing the plate in certain areas of the spreaded parts of the food.
They didn't filled it out. They didn't colored it in.
Oh my goodness. Now, again, I'm not even like thinking about the person who came up with the idea and to put this out there as an idea. The accountability falls on you retards that goes and follow these steps that they say and do that we never talk about. We always talk about the person who put this out there versus the niggas that's following the steps of this. Boy. Freaking.
It's crazy, bro. You catch him doing it at lunchtime.
This man over here.
Like, man, why you got your little burger so far away from your little fries?
Why is this piece of burger not connected to that piece of burger without teeth marks? It's in pieces.
It's in pieces, bro. That nigga that made himself some sliders.
Why you got this big old dinner plate for this slider here that's cut up to to spread over this big old plate?
That nigga got a plate fit for a king, but he got a plate fit for a king with Gerber food on that one. You got Gerber meat.
Got Gerber meat on the plate to fit. Oh my goodness, man! I tell you, humanity, man, freaking retarded. Humanity is so
Yeah.
retarded. We have no choice but to be entertained by these niggas.
Exactly.
We got no choice.
I think that's what they're trying to do, man. Entertain.
Man, because you'll be freaking miserable as heck if you be actually mad at humanity. Like,
right. You be angry all day, every day.
All day, every day, if you was really, really mad at humanity because we freaking retarded. Again, the mastermind who came up with these steps, this idea, and put it out there, he just may be a retarded too. That person just may be retarded too. But let's just say he's not, and he just, hey, we know people gonna do.
Right. Retardedness.
Man.
You know people gonna do retardedness.
We know. It's inevitable. It's inevitable.
Don't happen.
It has become fluent, and our behavior is fluent to be retarded.
Exactly. That's terrible. That's retarded.
It's highly terrible. That's really, really terrible, man. My goodness.
That's retarded.
I'm starting to really feel sad for us.
Hey.
Really feel sad for us. Like, dang. Moving on. The programming of the English language mix that with retarded humanity, and you got people who don't read. Also, people who just can't read anyway. That being said, me and Lakira was talking, and I asked her, does she know what the MRS stands for in her surname?
Wait, MRS? Like,
yes.
Mrs. Like Mrs. Dobson?
Mrs. Dobson, yes.
Okay.
But what does that abbreviate? Like, what does that stand for?
Mr. and Mrs.
Yes, you got that. But what does that mean? What does that stand for itself? What does Miss stands for itself?
No, it's not Miss, it's Mrs.
But it's the same thing though. Miss and Mrs. is the same thing. MRS.
No, Mrs. is for a married woman. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the words are the same. Yeah, the words are the same. Miss, MS, MISS, MRS. The words are the same for what those stand for. They all mean mistress.
Oh, that's what you said. Oh, okay. You just said they all ultimately mean this.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Now, that being said, I know what mistress means because society hits us with it all the freaking time. But, it's not just the other lady. It's not just the side chick. Mistress is, if you're born with a vagina, you are mistress. You are a mistress if you are a female.
According to what? Like the definition of?
The definition of mistress. Mm-hmm. You are a female. So, that being said, I was wondering, after I found out all that, it made me think about what does MR stands for and what does that mean? Mr. MR is Mr.
Mm-hmm. MR is MISTR.
Yes. And Mr. is master. Well, originally it was meant for master. Oh, you good? It was meant for master. He said, bless you. So it had me thinking, like, these niggas then put one on us illiterates again. These niggas then went down in the freaking history and rewrote it again to say, you know what? Nah, we're not gonna have it as master this time.
Yeah, like slavery was over, so they was like, okay, we're gonna I'm sorry, mister. I'm sorry, mister.
Exactly. So niggas ultimately, you still calling them niggas master.
Yeah.
So I was like, the freaking programming of the English language of all these words that mean the same thing but used differently.
Dang.
And people don't read either, so that just makes a nation of retards.
Dang. Get lost out here.
These niggas still winning.
We lost our shit. Yeah, man.
Out here just lost, man. Just